This post is going to require your critical thinking hack. So if you're not in the mood or you just don't have the skills to do that, then this probably isn't the post for you. Now that I've gotten all of that out of the way. After taking a deep dive this weekend, doing a little bit more research, reading on things, making things more digestible, I came up with something that, and to be honest with you, it's not that my brain didn't think about this before or this way, but I think I finally found a way to articulate it, and it might be helpful to people who are struggling as Americans watching the fall of our empire. Know that what I'm saying is based on us in totality as Americans and not based on our intersections. So keep in mind that there's going to be some gray areas here where you're going to be like, that don't apply to me because of your demographics. Hold off on that. Look at this from the American lens. I'm an American lens. From the time we come out of the womb, everything that we are confronted with is just steeped in American exceptionalism. Pledging allegiance to flags, names on everything, freedom this, national of this, patriot that. The story of the founding fathers of this nation were likened to odysseys, the greats of the globe. Much of what we learned was through storytelling, but not true history. Because who doesn't love a good story? But most people like a pretty lie and not the ugly truth. And in order for American exceptionalism to stand the test of time, the people who maintain power, control, wealth, and government had to create a storytelling framework and not necessarily a historical framework. See, you create history based on present moments, but you can't change history from the past. So if you want to keep a narrative going, you have to make history pliable. The people who wrote our Constitution, the people who created this country, who ran the country, are worse than the people who are in office now. And they're pretty fucking bad. So the reason you're having like this visceral response and you're scratching your head as to why are we okay with this? We were okay with this. We were told tall tales for so long that changed so often that the reality of what our country was to what it is unfathomable for most Americans. It's the same reason why people are having a hard time being like, well, why can't I buy a house? My grandparents bought a house. My great-grandparents bought a house. Why is everything so expensive? Because in our minds, we're thinking, well, if they were able to do it, we should be able to do it too. But see, that's not our story. It's the story they created. And the more and more we get closer to them, reaching the parity of themselves from the past, the more control they lose, the harder it is for them to continue to tell the story that was never history. That was never true. The visceral responses that you're having, the frustration, the confusion that you're having is because there is no American exceptionalism. America, the bald eagle, Uncle Sam, all the monuments is not exceptional. People, individuals with knowledge and skills who can create, who can teach, who can do things, they themselves can be exceptional. They can create exceptional things. Exceptional people are all over this globe. Different nationalities, sex, gender, religion. Being exceptional in and of itself is not a bad thing. Like with anything else, in excess, we have a problem. The concept of exceptionalism requires that you feel superior over others and above reproach. And I don't know about you, I don't necessarily believe that stealing someone's lands, spreading disease, stealing people from lands, making them till the land that you stole from other people, raping, killing, pillaging is exceptional. Sort of like there's a thin line between being an innovator and a mad scientist. You are struggling because there is no such thing as the American exceptionalism that was crammed down our throats. So we are seeing unexceptional people ruin our lives. They are rapists now because they were rapists then. They stole then, they steal now. Genocide now, genocide then. It was just easier to allow the story of America to be told the way that it was for so long because we didn't have the technology that we have now. Bad, unexceptional people running shit now? Bad, unexceptional people running shit then. We have come full circle. Our leadership of this country has reached parity. And the extra crappy part about it is that once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you will continue to see more and more. You'll read more, you'll run across more. And then you just feel like this. Because everything you know, I mean, I'm close to 50 years old. And just listening and undoing and unlearning and all of this is just, it's a lot to take in. So again, I didn't say you'd have a resolve by the end of this. I just thought maybe sharing the story that way might help spark something in you a little differently to help you reconcile it differently. I mean, I could talk about this shit for hours, but you know. Have a good day. Here's a hug. Okay, bye.